Welcome to the Stevie Yarn Co. Knitting and Crochet podcast. My name is Maggie and I am the owner and yarn dyer behind Stevie Yarn Co. And this is my space where I love to chat all about what I'm currently knitting and crocheting. So let's get into it. I hope you have all been doing so well. It's been a while since I have recorded. I believe maybe it was September or maybe even August. I can't even remember at this point in time. I have a lot to chat about today. I have some life updates to share towards the end of the podcast, but let's talk projects. We are almost to Halloween and I'm so excited. This is my favorite time of year. I have currently been very busy, but still making the time to work on my autumn projects. So let me share those with you. Today I am just drinking some coffee out of my really cute Witch's Brew mug. So let's just dive into it. So let's start with finished objects. And I only have one finished object. And if you can guess, you are probably correct. It is a pair of socks. So these socks are out of a colorway that is currently on the shop called Tricks or Treats, and it is inspired by the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. So it is this full skein, speckled skein of neon orange, green, purple. There's some hints of pink in there unintentionally, with this really deep, vibrant purple bluish mini skein. So yeah, this is what they look like. I love them. I have been only working on these mainly because I knew I wanted to get them finished so I could wear them this week. Today is Monday and Halloween is this Friday, and I wanted to have them done in time so I can wear them and enjoy them this week. So I finished them and I'm so excited. I just did a 64 stitch cast on with a 2x2 rib for the cuff. Just knit to the length that I liked and did an afterthought heel. These were so much fun. And that is only finished object that I have to show you today. But I do have a couple projects that I've been working on. So first off, let's chat socks. So I just finished those Halloween socks. And if you can believe it or not, I have still been holding up to what I chatted about last podcast, which I believe was, I don't even know if it was last podcast or the podcast before. I'm really bad at keeping notes for myself. I just kind of wing it. But I've only been working on those Halloween socks, and I know I showed this before, so I'll show it again. I have made the tiniest bit of progress on it. Anyways, this is the morning coffee sock pattern by Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady, and it is knit out of our Autumn Embers colorway. I had this random itch kind of after summer sock camp, and I took kind of like a step back from casting on all of the socks, and I only had 2 pairs going at a time. I had this one and then I had a plain vanilla sock, which reminds me, I think last time I showed I was working on a pair of socks for my friend Katie out of the Campfire Skies colorway that was on the shop for the summertime, and I finished those and I gifted them to her, and it was so much fun because we did a trade, and she is a jewelry artist, and so we kind of like collaborated, and I did the Campfire Skies and she did a very beautiful Campfire Skies inspired necklace, which I should have brought down but I didn't bring it, but I can share some footage on the screen so you can see how beautiful. And it was just such a fun collaboration and a fun trade. And yeah, so I did finish those, but I don't have them to show you, just a video. But anyway, so I finished those, and I have slowly been working on these. This is still the first sock, and I have to confess, something that I have learned about myself is I want to love patterned socks so bad, but I just do not enjoy them as much as I love vanilla sock knitting. And it's like, it's silly because this is my knitting journey and I should enjoy knitting whatever I want, but sometimes I'm like, man, all I ever do is just knit vanilla. But I wanted to show you something, and I feel like, I don't know, I'll just show you. So as I was knitting this, and I was knitting the pattern leg part, and I got to the foot, I'll be adding in an afterthought heel, and I just noticed the prominence of colors of a pattern sock versus just plain vanilla stocking knit. And I think hand-dyed yarn is so incredibly beautiful that it doesn't need a pattern to show it off. It's still, don't get me wrong, it's still beautiful, and patterns are beautiful and squishy and so full of texture. But I was like, for some reason, feeling oddly guilty about like just only ever knitting vanilla socks, and I don't know why I feel that way. It's so silly. But like, as I was looking at the difference, I was like, but that's what's so beautiful about knitting socks with hand-dyed yarn, is like the color of the yarn itself is the star. So I don't need to knit texture. If I don't want to, it's okay. If you have been here a while, you know I kind of put these silly unmade up pressures on myself because human, you know. But anyways, yeah, I love this colorway. It is still available in our shop. I think it is just a perfect autumn color. And I don't know, I temporarily thought of frogging it and just starting over with a pair of vanilla, but I also made a lot of progress, so I kind of don't want to do that. But I don't know, I'm gonna set it aside for now and we'll see how far I get, because I have some other socks to show you. So this past year was the first year ever that I had people ask me to knit them socks, and it has been like Christmas morning, because most of the people in my life don't really care to wear socks. Usually, like my husband, he always like runs really hot, so when we're home he doesn't even wear socks most of the time, and even if it is cold and we go out, like he just wears normal socks. So I haven't bothered to knit any socks for him. Like my sisters and friends are the same way, like none of them care to wear socks, so I never had the opportunity to knit that many, which made me a little sad, because I just want to make socks for other people, because I have so many that it's getting a little bit ridiculous, and I just want to continue to knit them, but it would be amazing to knit for other people. So yeah, I've had quite a few people ask me to knit socks, and it's been the best feeling ever. This is my cat Bean, by the way. This is the kitty that appeared in my garden last summer. Not this past summer, but the summer of 2024. And he's getting so big. Anyway, so I cast on 2 new pairs of socks last night, and these are both gift socks. And both friends picked out the yarn themselves. I showed them what I had in stash, and they chose the yarn that they liked. So I'll start with this one, because this is the yummiest sock ever. Look at this. It's stunning. So this yarn is Treehouse Knits in the color, I think it's called, I did not save the tag, I think it's from her Office collection. It's the Scranton the Electric City colorway, I think that's the name of it. And then the contrast green was a color that I picked up from Joann's when they had like their hand-dyed yarn for like a week. And it's this very beautiful poppy, like lemon lime green. And these colors together, if I have leftover of this yarn, I think I might have to make myself a pair as well, because it's so dreamy, it's so bright and fun and colorful, and which you all know I love so much. I just did a 64 cast on, a 2x2 rib, and I'm just doing stocking knit. And I knit all my socks on 2.25 millimeter 9-inch ChowGoo needles. Yeah, so I started this like pretty late last night, and I haven't wanted to stop. This colorway is absolutely stunning. Like the pastel speckles are just, and the pops of black. I can't get over it. It's so beautiful. So yeah, I started working on those, and then I cast on another pair, and these are also really good and really beautiful. I didn't get as far, but I'm getting there. So this yarn was a Knit Picks, I can't remember like what the name of it was or what the colorway was, but it is a Knit Picks hand-dyed yarn, and it's just like this really beautiful like deep toned autumn colors, like almost rainbowish kind of, I guess you could say, but what a beautiful color for this time of year. Yeah, same formula, 64 cast on 2x2 rib, and I'm just knitting this vanilla. And we have another visitor. I don't know if you can see him, but that's my orange cat, Bash. I guess they want to hang out in here today. Which sometimes can be overwhelming, because this is such a small space. This is like my office space, and I'm already feeling crowded with all of my projects and yarn and everything around me, and then they're just like crawling everywhere. I think he's jealous because he wants to be up on the tower too. Now I have to move my coffee because I know it's gonna end up getting knocked over. Let me just put this here. Okay, so that's all the socks that I cast on, and I'm pretty proud of myself. I wanted to cast both of these on because my goal is to get them done pretty quickly so that I can give them to my friends before it gets like super cold and they can enjoy them for the cold months. So I'm really excited. It feels so good to knit for other people. It's so exciting. I can't wait to give it to them. Yeah, so that's all the socks that I have going. I have had the itch to cast on a whole bunch of socks, but I'm just really trying to continuously reel myself in and just not overwhelm myself and finish the projects that I have started. So those are socks. I started 2 sweaters. I have a knit sweater and a crochet sweater. So I'll start with this one because I know I had shared this previous episode. Let me just get myself together here. So I believe I had this sweater when I showed you the start of the sweater. I only had the collar done, and now I am at the body. So this is the Comfort Sweater by Darling J'adore. It is a paid for pattern on Etsy. It uses worsted weight, and yeah, I got to the body. I was working through this pretty quickly, and then I feel like once I got to the body part, I kind of slowed down a little bit and lost my mojo a little bit. But isn't this yarn so beautiful? Such a rich autumn color. This yarn is just the skein tones from Lion Brand, and the colorway is called Adobe. I love this rust color. I bought this a couple years ago now at this point, and I started crocheting a cardigan, and I didn't love it, and so I just frogged it and cast on this beauty. I don't know if I'll finish this by the end of autumn. That was my goal. And if I don't, I'll just put it away until next year, and that's okay. But I am excited. This will be beautiful when it's done. If I have already knit this pattern once, if you have watched previously, I made one out of a really beautiful pink marled yarn, and oh, it's so bright and lovely and cozy and chunky, and I wanted another one in just a solid autumnal color. So yeah, that's my comfort sweater. I don't know if you can see him or not. So that is my first sweater. All right, this next one I am so excited about. I have been so giddy about this. I bought this yarn. Well, let me rewind. I was browsing Pinterest, where I get a lot of inspiration for knitting and crochet, especially like garments and stuff. And I saw this crocheted turtleneck sweater and immediately fell in love and was like, I need to make this for autumn, the autumn season. The yarn that they used was like just this real deep spruce color with some like hints of like red and yellow, just like very beautiful colors. And I knew I wanted to recreate something like that of my own, and I wanted deep, moody colors. So I have been, for years, when I make garments, I've just been using yarn from like Joann's or Michael's. I haven't really dived into sweater making with my own yarn yet, because I mostly sell fingering weight yarn, and when I tend to do sweaters, I like to use worsted weight, and worsted weight is a base that I only carry once in a while. So I have no issue with store-bought yarn as well. If it's a piece I know that I'm gonna wear and it's gonna last me a while, I am totally okay with that. So I found this color on Michael's website, and it is Loops and Threads Skyscape, and the colorway is burgundy and navy multi, and these colors are so beautiful. I'm obsessed. I love it. It is 78% acrylic and 22% nylon, but it is like so fuzzy and it is so soft. So I was going to try to finish my knit sweater first and then do this one, but I could not wait. I was like, I need to have this done so I can enjoy it for the autumn season, because crochet garments, I'm quicker at crocheting my like own sweaters than I am knitting, because I'm still kind of new to knitting sweaters, and the process, I've been crocheting longer than I have been knitting, so the process for me is quicker. So anyways, yeah, I definitely dived into it, and oh my gosh, I am so in love with this. I finished one panel, so I'm just making up my own pattern as I go. I did just a half double crochet stitch, because that's like my favorite, because it's so simple and easy. But yeah, I just did start at the bottom with the ribbing and half double crocheted the whole way to the top, and just kind of eyeballed where I want the length to be. And so I finished the first panel off, and then I am currently working on the bottom ribbing for the second panel, and I am going to make a turtleneck sweater. Oh, the cats are playing, sorry. They're being like so incredibly loud today. The one cat was trying to like knock over the water fountain. It's like they were so quiet all morning. The second I sit down to record, it's like they know. So anyways, I'm so in love with this. I don't have any like deep toned garments. all of the garments that I make are pretty bright colors. But this time of year, I just crave like the seasonal colors, the dark, moody colors, and I didn't have any of that in my handmade wardrobe, so I was like, I need to change this. And oh my gosh, I cannot wait to finish this. I'm hoping to finish it up within like the next 2 weeks so I can wear it all of November. I can wear it anytime, but I just want to enjoy it for the autumn season, because I know once December hits, I'll probably be back into like the bright colors again. So yeah, this is a worsted weight yarn, and I'm using a size 4.5 millimeter hook. So yeah, that is my other sweater. So I have 2 sweaters. Yeah, if I know myself, I'm probably not gonna finish my knit sweater in time. We'll see. But yeah, those are my 2 works in progress. I have 1 more work in progress to share with you. So I know I shared this last time. I forget when. It might have been in the springtime. I was starting to feel a little overwhelmed with the amount of sock yarn scraps that I had sitting in just like a giant bin. And I was like, I want to use these up. How can I use these up? I don't want to make all kinds of scrappy socks. What can I make with this? So I started a very vibrant moss stitch blanket. I picked out all of like my most vibrant color sock yarn scraps, and I started that. And I don't have it to show you today because I put it away for the season, because I started oh my god, I'm so sorry, my cats just keep fighting. I can just like hear them like do run up the steps, and they come in here and like roll around. Crazy. Anyways, I wanted to make one for the autumn season. Of course, I want all the autumn projects. So I separated all of like my more muted colors, and I've been having a lot of fun with this. It's been a slow project, and I know it's one that I'm definitely not going to finish for the season, but I have made it through a lot of scrap cakes, which feels so good. And let me just show you. Here it is. I hope you can see it okay. Oh my gosh. I worked on this majority of this past weekend, and it was just so cozy to work on. It's so mindless. So I'm just using the moss stitch pattern. I found like a tutorial on YouTube for the moss stitch square pattern. And yeah, you just use the moss stitch the whole way around. You keep going. And I am using fingering weight held double. So let me show you. I have it stored in this old picnic basket. It's actually kind of broken. Let me put it this way. This picnic basket that I got at a thrift store like many moons ago, and I don't use it as a picnic basket. Obviously, I thought it would be perfect for blankets. I originally had all of my sock projects in here for like summer sock knitting and stuff like that, but this is actually perfect for blankets. So yeah, I and this is exciting too. I only have a few cakes left to crochet of like the darker colors, which feels really good. So if I can work on this all the way through to December, and I can get, I don't know if you can see this or not, but I only have a couple cakes left, and once those are gone, that's all like the muted colors that I actually have in my stash. So I can put this away until next autumn, and then I can add more. So yeah, this project, I can understand the hype of scrappy blankets, because not even scrappy blankets, just blankets in general. They're just mindless and really cozy, and I just love the way the double yarn is held together, the way that it looks. I am in love. And for this, I am using a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. So that has been really cozy to work on. And let me see. I think that's all of the projects that I have going right now. I felt like so much more in my head, but compared to past years, it's not so bad. But it brings me joy, and that's all that matters, right? Oh my gosh, I forgot to share about this. Actually, I did have some little finished objects that I wanted to chat about. So the end of September, I did my first like pop-up vendor event at one of my friends' art/gift shops, and it was the best experience ever. I was not sure how it was gonna go because it wasn't at like a yarn specific event, but oh my gosh, did people show up for the yarn. Holy crap, it was so great. I got to meet people that follow me online that came to check it out, and I was just blown away. It was the best first like vending event that I think I could have experienced. I don't know if vending is something that I will continue to do. Maybe maybe once a year. It is a lot of work. So to those of you that do all of those events, kudos, because it was a lot. It was a lot of prep. It was a lot of getting things together, and it was just a lot of work. So I see you if you do vending, no matter what it is, not just yarn, anything. And that's a lot of work. But my first time, it was just so fantastic. It was just such a smooth day. It was lovely. But yeah, anyway, so I had yarn, and then I had crocheted these little sock yarn ghosts to have like a physical item for if, you know, people don't knit or crochet, but they wanted to support. I had a ton of these tiny little sock yarn ghosts. I do not have a pattern for these. I just kind of made it up as I went. But oh my gosh, these were so cute and so simple. Like it took me maybe a half hour, if that, to just crochet one little ghost. And I just picked up yarn scrap or sock yarn scraps that I had, and this was the most perfect Halloween quick project. So if you are looking for a cute little Halloween project, I know Halloween's already almost here, check out some crochet ghost patterns, or like make up your own, because it was actually very easy. And I just had little eyes and mouth and little pink cheeks, and people loved them. I did not have many left, and these are actually the only two that I did have left. But yeah, these were so cute, little sock yarn ghosts. Like, are you kidding me? But so fun, so fun. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to share some yarn that I currently have on the shop right now. So let me just grab those. So first I'll show you the colors that I had already talked about. This is our Autumn Embers colorway. It is a 75%, 25%, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 100 grams, 435 yards. And that's what every base that I have on the shop is currently. So yeah, we have Autumn Embers. We have the Tricks or Treats sock set, which I showed you the pair of socks that I finished. So much fun. So this was a colorway. I had 3 colors that I added to the shop for Halloween, and the Tricks or Treats one was like my cozy Halloween colorway. And then I have Slasher. This was for all of you horror fans out there. It's just a black with some white spots and speckled, and it's just like a very muddy color with this beautiful, rich, deep red, crimson red mini skein. It was so hard to not cast this on, but it also sold out really quickly, and I still have the Halloween colors on the shop until Halloween, but if you do order them, they are a dyed to order skein, because I didn't want to have a ton left in stock to be put away for the year. But so you can still order it. It will just be a dyed to order skein, and it will probably take a couple days. But I do have one left available, ready to ship. But yeah, this one was so fun. Yeah, this is our slasher color. And then I do have another Halloween color, but I don't have any in stock to show you, so I'll pop up a picture. And this was our Hecate colorway for all of my witchy friends. It was just this very like fantasy, whimsical colorway, and I love it. I am sad because it sold out pretty quickly and I haven't dyed up any more. And I don't know if it's something I'll keep on the shop. I haven't decided yet because I really want to knit with it because it is such a fun color, but we'll see. And then I actually have one skein left of our Soda Pop colorway, and this was inspired by the song Soda Pop from K-Pop Demon Hunters. And yeah, I have one skein left in the shop. So if that's a colorway you were looking to snag, this is the last one. And then this is still currently on the shop. This is our Oracle colorway, and I am so in love with this colorway. I really think I want to knit a sweater out of this. I see the no frill sweater by Petite Knit everywhere, and I'm just looking for a very simple sweater. I do need to do some pattern diving on Ravelry, so if you have any suggestions for a very basic raglan style fingering weight sweater, I don't know if that takes DK, actually, I'm not sure. Whether it be fingering weight or DK, I'm looking for a raglan style top down knitting pattern. If you have any suggestions, I would love them, please, because I think in December, probably for my birthday, I'll probably cast this on because it is just, there's something about this purple with all the speckles that is just so good, so good. So yeah, that's Oracle deck, and that's all the colors. I'm trying to refresh my memory too. I do still have some Stevie yarn, or sorry, some Stevie colors available in the shop too, like this spruce green color, that's like our main signature color, that's still on the shop. I am going to be doing another shop update in November. I don't have specific details on that because I'm still trying to figure that out, but keep an eye out for that. But that's all the yarn talk I think that I have today. I did want to share a quick life update. Things have been very busy. If you have watched my podcast before, you'll know that I left my full-time job in 2024, in the fall of 2024, to start up Stevie Yarn. And while I was doing that, I was working part-time at a coffee shop with my sister, and I was working there for quite a few months, and then stepped away in the spring for personal reasons. And the owner of that coffee shop relocated to a different location, and my sister and my two friends decided we wanted to do our own thing and open up our own coffee shop down there. So that's what I've been doing mostly this past summer, and definitely like the last month we've been getting everything ready, and we'll be open by Halloween, so I'm really excited for that. Yeah, so that's what I've been super busy with, and yeah, we'll be open this Halloween, and I'm excited to get back down to the coffee shop because it is such an incredible experience, like the community that coffee shops bring, and yeah, just working at the coffee shop and focusing on Stevie Yarn. It's gonna be so great. So yeah, that's all I have to chat about today. I hope you're doing so well. I hope you're taking care of your heart and brain during these times and remembering to take some time for yourself, because that's very important. And I would love to know what you guys are currently working on. If you have any fun Halloween projects going on right now. Are you in full autumn mode? I've seen a lot of Christmas going around, which I'm not gonna lie, I did hear a Christmas song pop up on like my feed the other day, and it made me feel a type of way, but I'm like, no, not yet. It's not even Halloween, and Halloween's your favorite season, so just enjoy it. But I'm pretty sure next month I'll probably start thinking about some gift makes, but we'll see. So anyways, thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you guys next time.